Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the Arnold Air Society Brigadier General Woodward Squadron Spring 2020 Candidate Class Initiation. At this time, I would like to remind you to mute all electronic devices. During this evening's ceremony, you will witness the initiation of the Flying Foxtrot Fighters Candidate Class and presentation of awards. During the summer of 1947, Air Force ROTC cadets from the University of Cincinnati discussed the possibility of an honorary society. Working with Captain James Nolkafer, Lieutenant Colonel James F. Pierce, and Major Victor J. Simpson, the cadets drafted a constitution, keeping in mind the idea of forming a national group. In December of 1947, General H. Arnold granted permission to use his name for the proposed Arnold Society of Air Cadets. The cadets at the University of Cincinnati, being the first squadron, domed themselves the Hap Arnold Squadron. These first members contacted Air Materiel Command in order to gain recognition from the Air Force on 6 April 1948. General C.B. Stone III formally notified the Arnold Air Society of Air Cadets of their official recognition by the Air Force and placement of the society under Air Defense Command. By September 1948, copies of the Constitution were sent to all universities and colleges hosting Air Force ROTC detachments. Arnold Air Society is a professional, honorary service organization advocating the support of aerospace power. Arnold Air Society is professional because of the established intent of its members to become officers in the United States Air Force. Arnold Air Society strives to instill an attitude of unselfish dedication to and responsibility for fulfillment of the mission of the United States Air Force ROTC, and Arnold Air Society. Arnold Air Society is honorary because of the high standards required of all cadets admitted to membership. Arnold Air Society is service-oriented because of the contributions and assistance provided to the community, the campus, and officer commissioning programs. This evening, we initiate the inaugural candidate class of the Brigadier General Daniel P. Woodward Squadron. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party. Over. White, halt, right, haste.
Go. Turn. Freeze and colors. Order. Close. Order. Colors. Colors. Check. Steady. Lock. Colors. Ready. Cut. Freeze it. Arms. Order. Arms. Hook. Colors. Turn.
Take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Brigadier General Woodward Squadron Commander, Cadet Major Stephen Dankowitz.
On behalf of the Arnold Air Society, I'd like to welcome you all to our initiation ceremony. Colonel Pavlik, Arnie's, initiates, and those friends and family watching from home. Though we can't all be together in person today, that's not going to stop us from initiating the finest new members of the Arnold Air Society. These newest members have done everything they can to prove themselves to us. Now we're going to do everything we can to give them the best initiation ceremony possible. Thank you all.
Thank you, Cadet Major Dankowitz. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Brigadier General Woodward Squadron Candidate Training Officer, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Kayla Fairclough. Good evening. I'm AAS Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Kayla Fairclough, and I had the opportunity to serve as this semester's Director of Training for the Spring 2021 Flying Foxtrot Fighters. I would like to take this moment to recognize the terrific work that this candidacy class has done. Each of you took a step outside of your comfort zone and decided that it was time for a challenge. Most of you had no idea what you were getting into, but you took that chance anyway. I'm proud to say that you all have finally overcome that challenge. It has been a privilege and an honor to train these amazing cadets. I had a blast, and I hope you all will remember these moments for the rest of your life, because I certainly will. The bonds you made with your classmates during candidacy will stay with you forever. You all struggled together and overcame together. I know it wasn't easy, and with that, I want to thank the initiates for their flexibility and dedication, the CTOs for their countless hours of hard work, and to all who have supported us throughout the process. It wouldn't have been possible without you. We gather here tonight to recognize these 17 eager to learn cadets. Please join me in celebrating the initiation of the Spring 2021 Flying Foxtrot Fighters Candidacy class. I will now introduce each of the initiates. Nicholas Brummage, Emily Dursum, Logan Douglas, Alanis Guest, Shane Hall, Indy Hoja, Sarah Isaac, Levi Lathrop, Martin Lee, Brennan Lee, Durham Lee, Michaela Littles, Cade Rush, Steven Serenero, Jonathan Sobzak, Colin Underwood, and Cameron Yancey. Oath. I'm going to take this time to explain the AAS motto. The warrior who cultivates his mind polishes his arms. We of the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps accept this motto as a challenge and a candidate that, in the future, we shall, by diligent study and unrestrained effort, instruct and train ourselves so we shall have the qualities and attributes essential to our progressive and continued development throughout our lifetimes as officers in the United States Air Force. Thank you, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Fairclough. Ladies and gentlemen, the candidates will now be initiated. Cadet Major Dankowitz will now administer the Arnold Air Society oath.
Flight, change, hut. Candidates, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Nicholas Roscoe,
Having been selected a candidate for the Arnold Air Society,
having been selected a candidate of the Arnold Air Society,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Arnold Air Society,
and the Arnold Air Society,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I will faithfully serve in the position I am about to enter.
that I will faithfully serve in the position I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome to the squadron.
Cultures have always used colors to represent causes they wish to support. Such colors are the red of the Red Cross, the black robes of the minister, the white uniforms of the nurse, colors representing foreign nobility, regiments, armies, secret societies, and above all, our own United States. If we know the significance of the colors of the Arnold Air Society, they should help us remember the spirit of our organization whenever we see them. The blue background stands for the sky in which we fly, that blue horizon which we try to reach by developing better and more efficient engines and airplanes, and better trained men and women by using research and experience to attain new goals, make new records, and discover new frontiers. The red of the star represents those men and women whose blood has been given to achieve that which we have achieved today. And it also represents the blood which will have to be spent in the future. The gold wings stand for the wings that hold us aloft, the wings we bear and wear, the symbol of our mission and our purpose. The white in the star represents the purity of our intent, our loyalty to comrades, our determination to keep our wings and ourselves so strong there will never be a doubt as to the preservation of our nation for which we wear these symbols. Ladies and gentlemen, Candidate Training Officer Fairclough will now present candidate awards. Sit at ease.
Initiates, I will now be handing out 4 different awards, starting with the Warrior Spirit Award. This award goes to a candidate in recognition of demonstrating outstanding warrior ethos and courageous spirit through the Spring 2021 Candidacy class. Candidate Sarah Nero, front and center. The next award I'll be handing out is the Superior Performer Award. This goes to a candidate in recognition of superior performance and accomplishment in the Spring 2021 candidate class. Candidate Ison, front and center. The next award I'll be handing out is the Distinguished Graduate. This award goes to a candidate in recognition of distinguished performance and accomplishment in the Spring 2021 candidacy class. Candidate Dorson, front and center. The last award I'll be handing out tonight is the Top Gun Award. This award goes to a candidate in recognition of outstanding performance and accomplishment as the top cadet of the spring 2021 candidacy class. And it's so Zach, front and center. Congratulations to all the candidates. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed.
Thank you, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Fairclough. The history of the Air Force is a great history. We have progressed from the Wright brothers' 40-mile-per-hour airplane to the speedy jet propellered aircraft of today. During this period of time, several significant events, linked inseparably with many men and women, have produced a profound effect on the growth and development of the United States Air Force. The first power-driven, heavier-than aircraft of the Wright brothers was improved upon continuously in the years before World War I. The use of the airplane as a combat weapon was envisioned quite early by such men as Glenn Curtis, who first saw the practical use of the plane as a bombardment weapon. The performance in combat of such pilots as Edward Rickenbacker during World War I added to weight to the theory of air combat. The conception of an offensive air force whose primary purpose was to strike at the enemy's armies, supply depots, and war industry is due in large measure to General Billy Mitchell. He proved his theories by sinking a German U-boat in 16 minutes and the giant German battleship Ostreland with 7 Martin bombers in 7 minutes. The final acceptance of strategic bombing as a basic Air Force combat function, although fought for by such men as Generals Billy Mitchell and Henry Hap Arnold in the interwar years, was not achieved until World War II. Soon after the close of the war, the Air Force began to acquire jet aircraft, which greatly increased in strength and striking capability. Captain Charles Yeager, who became the first to fly an aircraft faster than the speed of sound in 1947, and Captain James Jabara, who became the world's first ace during the Korean conflict in 1951, were pioneers in this field. The Air Force has embarked upon a new age, the aerospace age. The dedication of such pioneers as Colonel Robert White, who flew the X-15 to record speeds, and Colonel John Glenn, the first U.S. astronaut to orbit the Earth, serve as examples for us, the aerospace team of tomorrow. Let us all pay tribute to astronauts Virgil Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Chaffee, and the members of the crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger who gave their lives in the quest for greater knowledge of space. Let us all remember all those unknown airmen, unnamed but not forgotten, who have done so much that we might progress so far. New members of the Arnold Air Society, help us join the group of aerospace-minded pioneers so that we may contribute in the future as much as they have contributed in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Arnold Air Society Brigadier General Woodward Squadron Commander, Cadet Major Stephen Dankowitz.
As members of Arnold Air Society, we seek a like-minded goal to develop ourselves into great Air Force officers. Each of us uses the tools that we're given to shape our leadership style, our mission focus, our drive to success, and the passion to serve our country. Arnold Air Society is one of those tools. The new active members that sit here today have proven that they have the characteristics needed to become members of the Arnold Air Society. These characteristics have been with them the whole time. No one gave it to them. Arnie's, I want to emphasize that throughout the experiences that you've had in candidacy and throughout your life, though you have changed dramatically, you are still you. You did this, and you have every reason to be proud. Think of where you were 2 years ago, or even 2 months ago. I know you've all learned a lot. You've grown an impeccable sense of leadership and followership, improved physically and mentally, and made lifelong friends. But here's some advice for the future. 1, keep this upward trend. Think of where you came from and where you are now. and continue to rise to the challenges in the future. The warrior is only as strong as the battles he fights. So don't back down from a new chance to grow. 2, remain humble. A leader inspires their people to do better, not through cheerleading, but through real motivation, not through a tough outer shell, but through a human factor of relatability. Know your people and know yourself enough to get through those hard times. And number 3, learn every chance you get. Never think that you are above a chance to grow. As a POC, I learned something new from the 100s in my flight every day. And almost every day, I learned something new about myself. In all honesty, when I started candidacy, I thought there was no way in hell I'd be able to make it through. Many of you were likely in a similar situation, yet for some reason, you came back again and again. I learned something new about myself during that time. Many of you did as well. So think about that the next time you consider passing an opportunity. I promise I don't intend to rattle off for a whole hour about leadership and character because words can't put into perspective how proud I am of you. I'm incredibly humbled to see you all rise to the occasion and join the Arnold Air Society. And I can't wait to see what you'll bring to the table as Arnie's. Welcome to the squadron.